I'm going to explain why I left the news industry. It was a really rough time. It was a really rough decision to make because I was in the news industry for almost 10 years, and I felt like I just, you could say in a sense, I felt like I couldn't progress any further where I was. And I don't know, that you know when you get into that feeling where you're just doing the same thing every single day and you're just like, okay, like this is like getting really boring. That's basically what happened. But there was a few key points that made me quit, and I kind of want to go over them because I feel like this stuff needs to be talked about more often. And I at the time, like, 2020 was such a weird year. I didn't really know how to, what do you call it? Comprehend what was going on. I couldn't really grasp, just, there was so much insanity going on in 2020. It felt like you're trying to look at a picture this close, but now that 2020 is like in the rear view mirror, it's like I can look at the picture further back and go, yeah, that's why I quit. I'm going to play this clip for you.
And a far more serious scene. Watch these images. Really just an ugly, dangerous scene at the state capitol in Michigan.
As we look at this extreme group of people,
those pictures and those clashes really show the chaos.
And you're out there with guns?
I don't want to call them rallies. They're not protests.
These quote-unquote protests, I don't even think that that's the right word, because protests are supposed to be peaceful.
I'm not embarrassed to say that I was afraid.
It's not clear what they're demanding to infect other people, demanding to make other people sick.
It's dangerous, and these people can take this home with them and hurt their families and all the rest.
I'd like to ask them if they're willing to sign away their right to treatment if and when they get infected.
Who the hell do you think you are? I don't understand what is wrong with people. Stay at home.
I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not, generally speaking, unruly.
That ain't a riot, what we're seeing right now in Minneapolis.
Any reasonable person would say we shouldn't be destroying other people's property, but these are not reasonable times.
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
The beautiful thing is we're seeing citizens who are caring and concerned. They're hitting the streets.
Heartwarming to see so many people turn out peacefully.
Brooke, I think this is a march, really.
But as they're coming off, it's peaceful. They're saying peaceful protest.
Across the country, it's bringing people together, community with unity.
People are risking COVID to explain to this country that we're fed up.
And I'm looking at these riots and I'm just like, okay, I don't really understand why we're supporting this, because we're burning down cities. I don't think we should be on the side of this. And then they started defending Antifa. And what's really ironic about Antifa is that they're actually the fascists. So I don't know why they were defending honestly, in my opinion, the news shouldn't be supporting any political thing, Yeah, it wasn't fun. A lot of my coworkers didn't like me because I was conservative. I had a major drinking problem. I mean, I still drink. But it's not as bad as it was when I was in the news industry. My gosh, my drinking got really out of control. But I think that was due to stress. I didn't know, it felt like those last few weeks working at that station, it felt like my soul was being sucked out of me. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. I mean, I was going to get fired either way, because it was getting to the point where I didn't even want to lift a finger to push another stupid button to hear this COVID nonsense and stuff. I hated wearing the mask. And by the way, that was one of my... Wow. If you want to talk about division, I didn't realize how divisive the mask mandate has become. I remember a year ago, I was just poking fun at, the mask doesn't matter and stuff. And I lost like 50 subscribers in one day. I was like, damn, I didn't realize how much people, like, they were living by that. It was mask all the way. Jeez. And then, yeah, so you had all that going on. And by then I was out of the news industry. But the election was a whole nother debacle. I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on. The way America handled that election was god-awful. Even if it was fair, it was god-awful. Okay, you can't tell me with a straight face that if it had went the other way around, where Trump won in a landslide a few days later, you're going to tell me with a straight face that liberals wouldn't have lost their minds? And then on top of that, you're going to tell us that we can't even talk about the election? Like the election results or anything? Or else we're going to get censored and thrown off the platform and shit? I'm just flabbergasted at how the media doesn't realize they helped. How do I explain this? The media is somewhat directly responsible for what happened at the Capitol that day, because they're not allowing people to speak their opinions. That's my opinion. It's really weird. By the way, as an inspirational thing, to anyone who's thinking about quitting their job or trying something new, just do it. You only got one life to live. It's never too late to learn something new. It's never too late to try something new. I love the current job I'm at. I mean, it's just Monday through Friday, guaranteed weekends off, guaranteed holidays off. Like, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. That's like, to me, having weekends off and holidays off, that is like the best benefit with work life, in my opinion. That's just me. I guess I didn't realize how much of a social person I was until I left that job, because man, oh man, I've hung out with friends and family like crazy. It's really nice. Learning, 3D animation and stuff. It's fucking awesome. It really is. But yeah, and this time, this video won't be deleted because I don't have a corporation over my head going, take that video down because it offended people in the newsroom. How many fucking times it's all about the newsroom. Well, I mean, the newsroom did bring in the viewerships. That's understandable. But man, oh man, it's always about the fucking newsroom people. Man. And I have created a website, by the way. It's called maxfreedom.news. in a way, it's an alternative for myself from social media. I could post whatever I want. Stuff's not going to get taken down. Yeah, it's been a year since I quit my last job, and I just want to say, cheers, motherfuckers. It's fun.